Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to yet another video. My name is Peter, all the way from South Africa. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning Sabi, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. We are talking about all things Miss Universe 2023 that will be happening in a few days time right there in El Salvador. So I am excited to give you my top 22 for today, and it is only for today, or it is only for a couple of days or few days, because obviously things might change. As you all know, the girls are there and we see them more, we hear them talking more, and all of those things. We get to know them as spectators or as viewers, as followers, and as pageant lovers, so things might change. So this is my current favorite. These are my current favorites, and I think a lot of girls that I have here will shock many out there, but I will explain myself throughout this video. So without wasting any more time, let's get into this one. The first person to move into my top 22, who is the number 22, is Angola. Her name is Anna. She is advocating for healthy food. As you all know that at the moment, at this point of time, a lot of times we see people have so much access to unhealthy diets or unhealthy foods, and we need to encourage those young minds. We need to encourage people to eat healthy. We also need to encourage our government. We also need to encourage people who are up there, who are high up there, to actually donate or to actually give back to the communities that are struggling, to actually feed their children, feed people, and all of those things. There are many African countries that are still struggling when it comes to actually food security. So when it comes to food security, we're not talking about just food, we're talking about healthy food security. As you all know that Angola only won Miss Universe back in 2011. It was Leila Lopez, and that was the first black African to actually win Miss Universe, and I think they are ready to actually take another crown. It was their first crown, and I think it is time for them to actually get a second crown. And for now she is fine. She is cruising very well in that number 22. Let's move right along. I've got my number 21, who is Canada. I know a lot of people will bite me off about this one. I know Canada is beautiful and all of those things, but at this point of time, I feel like she needs to prove me wrong. She is advocating for eating disorders. As you all know that young people are having difficulties out there. There are people who are telling them, or the media is actually showing a certain type of bodies and all of those things, and they also want to look like those magazine cover girls and all of those things. So she is advocating for that. She's a beautiful lady and all of those things, and I'm glad that someone who looks like her, someone who really have a different physique, which is a physique that is portrayed on our social media, on our Instagram and all of those things, is talking about eating disorders. It can be a lot of things. An eating disorder is a mental issue, so I feel like this is a good thing to actually raise up those voices and talk about it. Moving right along to my number 20. Number 20 is a sports lady. Her name is Kim Rosen. She is from Curacao. So let me tell you that the lady has got beautiful body because she is a sports woman. She's a track sports woman. So she is an athlete. Yeah. She is an athlete, so you're not going to tell me anything that she is not supposed to be in that top 22. She is supposed to be in the top 10, but I said, girl, please hold it up. I know you can talk. I know you are beautiful, but I want to watch you closely before I put you in my top 10. But for now, please cruise over here. And she is advocating for sports advocacy for women. As you all know, most of the times, the sports people that we see them succeeding and all of those things, they are on our screens and all of those things are men. So obviously, if someone is talking or taking an opportunity to talk about these issues that concerns women, especially in the sports field, we're gonna have a wonderful 50-50% chance that men and women are out there doing their thing on sports field and all of those things. Let's move right along to my number 19, and my number 19 goes to Peru. Peru is, for the past couple of years, I'm telling you, Peru is sending Barbie dolls. They are sending girls that are just so beautiful and so sweet, and I feel like they are underrated, because most of the times people would say no, they are so overrated and all of those things, but I feel like they are underrated. I feel like Camila is going to surprise a lot of us. She is not only beautiful, she can talk. I mean, that's what we all about, right? That's what I'm feeling at the moment, that Miss Universe has moved on to queens that can talk, queens that can connect to audiences, and queens that are working very hard. And not only they are beautiful, they are all multifaceted, as women are multifaceted. So moving right along to my number 18, and my number 18 goes to Pakistan. Pakistan is having a queen, their first queen to enter Miss Universe, and I'm so excited because the queen that they've chosen right now is one of the best. Her name is Erica. She is advocating for anti-gender bias, so we all need to be 50-50 in everything. So that means women and men should be in a position whereby they compete with each other. They are in a 50-50 section or whatever like that. So she is advocating for that, and I would like to see her proceeding or doing very well. They've got the same it is Egypt, Bahrain, I think, and Pakistan. I think they've got the same director, national director from the Philippines. So I have no doubt that she will go through and do wonders at Miss Universe. And she is a very eloquent speaker. She can speak English perfectly fine, so we won't struggle to understand what she's saying on those social media platforms when we are actually trying to scrutinize them. So moving right along to my number 17. I know this one is going to get me in trouble. My number 17 goes to the US. As you all know, the reigning queen is from the US. This one is a Venezuelan American queen. So as you all know, Venezuela doesn't play when it comes to pageant. They have been successful for many years, and it's no doubt that US on this point of time, the lady that they have chosen, the lady that they have selected to represent the US at Miss Universe, is one of the strongest candidates. Yes, I know she is very low on my list, but I just said to myself, no, I'm not putting you in. I don't want to hype you because I can see that you are in trouble, and I see that you are doing the back-to-back. There's this back-to-back energy that she's giving me, and I don't want to actually listen to that back-to-back energy. But also on top of it, guys, as I said, this is my first favorites, and it might change going forward, but US is one of the perfect candidates. Her name is Noella. I hope Noelia. I hope I'm saying that right. You know what, let's put it right there. Let's go to my number 16. My number 16 goes to Zimbabwe. Her name is Brooke Jackson. She is financial. She advocates financial inclusion in the formal sector for women. So formal sector, or informal sector rather, yes, informal sector is those people who are selling stuff on the streets and all of those things. It's one of those things that's the example that I can give you right now, and she's advocating for that. As you all know, that small businesses are very important. A business can start small and it can go bigger, and we need to open doors for women to actually access those and get assistance from government, get assistance from people who are able to assist with their finance, with their startups and all of those things. And also Zimbabwe is coming back. I think she is coming back, or they had Miss Universe before. I'm not sure. I didn't research more about that one, but they went hiatus for a long time, and now they're coming back with a new queen who is able to talk. She is also a fashion designer. You know what, let's move right along to my number 15, and my number 15 goes to Albania. Andy, she is advocating for menstrual equity. You know, it's a natural thing. I think by now we should be agreeing with each other that menstrual equity should be a priority everywhere in the world. No one is choosing to go through the menstrual cycle. No woman is choosing to go through menstrual cycle. So that means that we shouldn't even discuss. It should be a priority for each and every government to actually put them first when it comes to women hygiene. So kudos to Albania, and she is a beautiful lady. You know what, this year they are all beautiful. I don't want to lie. I if it was like they were getting chosen by their beauty, it was going to be a tough one for the judges. Let's move right along to my number 14. My number 14 goes to Singapore, Priyanka. She is advocating seeking justice and creating change. She was once in some hot waters because she was talking about obviously how she would like to assist or to work in Thailand, because Thailand is one of the countries that is riddled with human trafficking, and she is a lawyer, or she just graduated with a degree in law. So specifically, she would like to focus on human trafficking, especially in Thailand. So number 13 goes to Colombia, Camila Avila. You know what? I love Camila. I love Camila so much, but I feel like she is not giving me the energy that Colombia is always giving each and every year. But I have no doubt that she will make it super far. Maybe it is a strategy and all of those things. She is advocating for mothers empowerment. So as you all know, Miss Universe is open for every single woman. You are old, you are young, and all of those things, and you are a mother, you are married, which is something that should have happened long time ago, because obviously women they bear children, women get married and all of those things, but doesn't mean that they are incapable to be queens or to become Miss Universes of this planet, right? So let's go to one of my favorite candidates with her beautiful jawbone. She is India. It's Shweta Shada. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, I've seen her doing the most during these 2 days of them in El Salvador, and I feel like I placed her so low. I think she needs to go to the top 5 because she can speak, she can walk, she's everything. She's good on the eye, she's good, she's just a good lady, she's just a beautiful lady, and she is self-taught dancer who made her name known on media through her dancing, so that is good as well. Let's go to my number 11. My number 11 goes to Nepal. Nepal is advocating for body positivity and hormonal health. We just not gonna discuss about that because this is something that should be a priority as well. We all have hormones, men and women, and the hormones, our hormones are working differently, and there's changes that are happening differently between the two of us. So So we're not gonna discuss that one. The queens, yes, they talking about it and they make sure that their voices are heard, but I feel like it is unfair in 2023 that women are still struggling to actually make a mark and to actually say, you know what, this is natural, this is what is supposed to happen, right? Let's go to my top 10. My top 10 starts with Cameroon. Cameroon is doing the most. She's beautiful. Her name is Issy Princess, if I'm not mistaken, and she is advocating for breast cancer, which is one of the things that we should be talking about all the time because it is reality, especially when it comes to women. We see women cutting their breasts because they had a lump and all of those things. So we need to talk about that more often so that women can go and test, or they test their breasts and all of those things. So Cameroon, I see you, girl, I see you. And then let's go to my number 9. My number 9 goes to my home country. I feel like she should be going to number 2 or 3 or something like that. But for now, you are number 9, girl. I see you. You are doing the things. Her name is Brianne Gavenda. She is advocating for women empowerment. At this point of time, we need to talk about women empowerment, and we need to deliver. When we talk about it, we need to deliver, because obviously women were marginalized for super long and they are still marginalized till today, and we need to get rid of that mindset that women are incapable of doing certain things, right? So that is what she is actually talking about. And women empowerment is a very broad topic, so we can talk all day long when we're talking about women empowerment. That's why I'm gonna just move on to my next queen. It is number 8. She is Venezuela, Diana Silva. Venezuela, don't start. She is actually advocating for mental health advocacy and body positivity, which is one of the candidates is advocating for something almost similar. And as we all know, Venezuela, beautiful body, beautiful stage presence, and all of those things. They can talk these days, and Venezuela made it to top 2 last year as the first runner-up of the current Miss Universe. So I have no doubt that they came back for vengeance and they want to take that crown. Let's go to my number 7. It's one of the strongest candidates this year. It is Australia, Mariah Wilson. She is advocating for girls' participation in sport. Obviously, I talked about this one. Girls also should be allowed or should be given same opportunities boys get. That's my opinion. Let's go to my number 6. My number 6 is Nicaragua. Shanice Pelicias, I don't know if I'm saying that right. She's advocating for mental health, and also let me tell you about this one. She is a communication graduate, and that is one of her important roles in Miss Universe. When you talking about communication, when you're talking about talking, when you're talking about connecting with other people, if you've got a communication degree or you've got a communication background, you definitely are standing a huge chance to mop the floor with everybody, right? Let's move right along to my actual top 5. This was a difficult one to do. My top 5 is number 5 is Thailand, Antonia Posselt. Antonia was actually one of she is one of the candidates who is a crossover. She was Miss Supranational 2019 or 20, something like that, Miss Supranational. She has an international success, so she is a queen that we should look out for, because she might do wonders during that Miss Universe. I know a lot of people will say we're overhyping her, and we're not overhyping her. With her international success, I think she stands a chance to actually be within that top 5, to actually take that crown as well. As we all know that Thailand has been sending a lot of, or rather sending good queens, beautiful and queens that can actually properly speak. But last year obviously they did not actually place, and this year I think they changed their strategy and they are moving in a different direction. They are taking someone who would be easy on the eye, someone who is lovable. I mean, Antonia is very lovable. She might be changed differently, and also might be having people who are tweaking her pictures too much, or editing the pictures too much to the point that you're like, wow, no one is this beautiful in this planet. But anyway, she's a very beautiful girl, and she's advocating for women's financial empowerment, which is very important. As I said, she's a crossover from Miss Supranational 2019. I actually noted it on my note here. And let's go to my number 4. And my number 4 goes to France. France crowned this queen a long time ago. So I think they had an opportunity to train her to the point that she is able to ace each and every question that will be posed to her. Her name is Diane. I'm sorry, Diane or something like that. She is advocating for fighting racism and homophobia, which is a reality. We see videos online, we read news, we watch news and all of those things, and these two topics are still at the peak, or are still important to actually raise awareness around them. Let's go to my number 3. This queen is surprising me each and every day. Not only she's so beautiful, but she speaks from the heart. She's like a true queen, or a true Miss Universe queen. She is from Bahrain, and her name is Lujain Yacob, if I'm not mistaken. She is advocating for empowering children through arts and expression. As you all know that children, not each and everyone wants to be a scientist and all of those things. So the ones who are very interested in arts, and especially children, are visual people. They like visuals. They learn better when they see visuals, and when you take them and say, this is how it looks, this is how it's supposed to look, and all of those things, they learn quicker than telling them or giving them a novel to read and there's no pictures and all of those things. So they are visual beings most of the times when they are very young. So Bahrain is one of the countries that has a director from the Philippines, so I have no doubt that she is going to do super well. They sent their first queen last year, and this is the second queen, and I'm so impressed that they are doing the most. They are not doing bare minimum. They are doing the maximum when it comes to choosing the queen, and when it comes to making sure that they train the queen to the point. I remember last year their queen couldn't speak proper English, but when it comes to Miss Universe, she was out there. She was able to walk. She was just beautiful. And let's move right along to my number 2. This one can actually win Miss Universe rather, because she is also a crossover who I think she was in the top 12 of Miss World. She is from the Philippines. She's Michelle D, one of my favorites. I know she was not one of my favorites to win Miss Universe Philippines, but she is one of my favorites because she is so resilient, and she carries a good message. She's a very calm queen. She's a different queen from the Philippines. We all know that the Philippines, most of the times, they get to be over the top and all of those things, but she is so collected, so cool, so professional, yet you can see the soft side of her. I love the professionalism when it comes to her. I actually see her as Miss World, but I can also see her as Miss Universe, because obviously she will change the game within the Miss Universe organization, because we don't want everybody to be flamboyant. No, there is no way that everybody in this world is flamboyant. So definitely I see her doing well at Miss Universe, and I see them getting that crown once again. Will it happen just like it happened long time ago? But Philippines is a powerhouse and they train their girls, and Michelle is a veteran. She knows what she's doing, from walking, from talking. She chooses what she says, and she chooses very well. She's a very eloquent speaker. She's a very well-traveled queen, so I see her doing well at Miss Universe. So let's go to my winner. I've got two winners, guys. I've got two winners. And these two girls, I really see them holding hands, or one of them winning Miss Universe. Unfortunately, I cannot separate them until I know exactly that which one is really the better one. So my first number one is Mexico, Melissa. She is advocating for self-love and removing boundaries for women. We spoke about that. We might have not speak exactly the same thing. Boundaries shouldn't be there for women. If there's boundaries for women, then there should be boundaries for men. So no boundaries should be there when it comes to professions and all of those things. Women should be doing the same things that men can do, because obviously we are all human and we are all capable of doing everything that other people can do, right? And so I'm asking myself if she will sandwich. As you all know, that Miss Universe 2020 was from Mexico, so we will see if she will be able to actually come back within a very short space of time. My second number one goes to Puerto Rico. Kayla is a crossover queen. She finished second or first runner up for Miss Supranational. I think it was in 2021. Guys, please help me out. She is advocating for mental health through social justice, which is one of the important topics that I would like her to actually elaborate and talk about. And yes, I do understand what that means, but I would like to hear on her side what she would like to do with the crown. But obviously, we are still getting all that. We are still getting third Miss Universe stuff. So you need to chillax. I'm still gonna bring more videos. I'm back and I'm not gonna explain why I was away again. So please do take care of yourself. I love you so much. I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Peace out.